The sun beat down on the vast, golden plains of the African savanna. A sense of unease hung in the air, a stark contrast to the usual vibrant pulse of life. In the distance, a lone figure lay motionless, a beautiful impala, her sleek, chestnut coat marred by a deep, cruel gash on her hind leg. She was a victim not of a predator, but of a poacher's snare, a thin wire that had cut deep into her flesh as she struggled to break free. Now, exhausted and in agony, she had collapsed, her breaths coming in shallow, ragged gasps. The herd had moved on, their instinct for survival overriding their bond. She was alone, vulnerable, a tragic masterpiece of nature's beauty brought low by human cruelty. Ours bled into one another under the relentless African sun. The impala's life force was ebbing away, her large, expressive eyes clouded with pain and despair. She had all but given up hope when a new sound pierced the silence, not the stealthy tread of a lion or the cackle of a hyena, but the rumble of a vehicle. A dusty green Land Rover bounced across the uneven terrain, kicking up a cloud of red earth. It stopped a respectful distance away, and a man and a woman, Dr. Reese and Lena, stepped out. They were wildlife veterinarians, their faces etched with the focused concern that comes from years of witnessing such scenes. They moved with a quiet, practiced efficiency that spoke volumes of their experience. Reese raised his binoculars, his voice a low, steady murmur. "It's a snare injury. Looks bad, Lena. Deep and likely infected." Lena nodded, her eyes already scanning the surroundings for any potential threats. "We need to act fast. She's losing strength." Their mission was clear: to intervene, to offer a sliver of hope where there was none. This was their calling, a constant battle against the darker side of human impact on this wild paradise. The rescue began with a single, precise shot. Reese, armed with a dart gun, took careful aim. The small dart flew true, finding its mark in the impala's flank. It was a dose of tranquilizer, just enough to render her unconscious without causing further harm. They waited, their patience a tangible force in the quiet air, until the impala's head finally lowered to the ground and her frantic breathing evened out. The world fell silent, save for the whisper of the wind through the tall grass. With the impala safely sedated, the team moved in. Lena knelt beside the beautiful creature, her touch gentle as she examined the wound. "The wire cut right through to the muscle," she said, her voice tight with a mixture of anger and compassion. "It's a clean cut. But the infection is setting in." Reese was already preparing their mobile medical kit, laying out sterile instruments, antibiotics, and cleaning solutions on a clean cloth. Every second counted. The sun was beginning to dip towards the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, a beautiful, yet urgent, timer on their work. Lena worked with meticulous care, cleaning the wound, removing debris and dead tissue. Her hands, though steady, revealed the emotional weight of her work. Each life they saved was a victory, but the sheer number of animals they couldn't reach was a constant, heavy burden. Reese administered a long-acting antibiotic and a painkiller, a crucial step to fight the infection, and eased impala's suffering when she woke. They were a seamless team, their movements synchronized, their purpose singular, to mend what had been so carelessly broken. As they worked, they noticed something that made their hearts ache even more. The impala was pregnant. This rescue was no longer about saving one life, but two. The realization added a new layer of urgency and significance to their task. They were not just mending a wound, they were safeguarding a future, a new generation for the savanna. This small, fragile life, yet to be born, was a powerful symbol of what they were fighting for: the continuation of the wild, the unbroken circle of life that poachers threatened to shatter. With the wound cleaned, stitched, and bandaged, the most delicate part of the operation began. They needed to move the impala to a safe, secluded spot where she could recover without the immediate threat of predators. Gently, they lifted her onto a specialized stretcher, her weight a reminder of the life they held in their hands. They carried her to a nearby thicket, a natural shelter of acacia trees that would offer some protection. They laid her down softly, positioning her in a way that would allow her to get up easily once the tranquilizer wore off. Before leaving, Lena administered the reversal drug. an injection that would slowly wake the impala from her induced slumber. Now, all they could do was retreat and watch from a distance. The waiting was the hardest part. It was a test of faith in their skills, in the animal's resilience, and in the fundamental strength of nature itself. They sat in their vehicle, silent observers. As the last rays of sunlight faded and the first stars began to prick the darkening sky, an hour passed, an eternity filled with held breaths and silent prayers. Then, a flicker of movement. The impala stirred, her twitching. She lifted her head, disoriented but alive. Slowly and steadily, she pushed herself up, her legs trembling. She stood for a moment, testing her weight on the bandaged lead it held. She took a tentative step, then another. She was weak, but she was on her feet. A wave of profound relief washed over Reese and Lena. They had done it. They had given her a second chance. The impala, guided by an instinct as old as the savanna itself, limped slowly towards the distant silhouette of the trees, disappearing into the gathering dusk. She was returning to the wild, carrying with her not just the scars of her ordeal, but also the promise of a new life. For Reese and Lena, it was a moment of quiet triumph. It was a single victory in a long, arduous war, but it was a victory nonetheless. It was a testament to the power of compassion and a reminder that even in the face of cruelty, humanity can still choose to be the healer, the guardian, and the hope for the wild. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey of rescue and hope. It's stories like these that remind us of the difference we can make. If you were moved by this story, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content that celebrates the beauty and resilience of our planet's wildlife. Your support helps us continue to share these important stories. We'll see you next time.